my mini excavator. Okay, so what I was saying was something that you do need to consider when you're looking at a machine like this is you need to consider your garage site. So I went up to the big machine because I got a deal I couldn't refuse, but at the same time, looking at it, it ain't going in the garage. So I'm gonna have to take over the take the rollover protection off. I'll take the cage off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and every time I want to put it in the garage, I'll just have to do that. So, but I would say that is 100% worth it. That's just too bad, though. That's just too bad. It won't fit in the garage without. I mean, we're like right there. We're talking about within 2 inches. If it was 2 inches shorter, that'd be great. But it's not. So the other option is could cut it. Cut the cut some of this, you know, boom, take a 2-inch section off all the way around, but I wouldn't want to mess with that, to be honest with you. I think you just buy the appropriate machine, or I mean, hell, if you had a little pole barn or something like that, you know, or like a shed with high ceilings, you know what I mean, that wouldn't even be an issue. So it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. It would have been nice if I could have cleared the garage door, but we can't, so it is what it is. Ideally, though, I probably should, to be honest with you, have the skid steer out, have this one in first, because more than likely the skiddy gets used more than the excavator. But oh, okay. Yeah, overall, I mean, for under 10 grand, I got a big machine. This typically is getting sold for $7,500. I got a sweet deal on it. It's crazy. I actually paid less for this than I did for the mini skid. And now with all the Chinese tariffs and stuff going on, the mini skids, I wanted to buy another one of these. I mean, you can't even buy a mini skid at this point unless you're about $6,500, it seems like, at least in my part of the country. So I paid $51 with sales tax out the door at a rental company. He had a couple units. So I feel like that was fair. $5 grand, you know, $5,100 out the door. This one, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but I actually paid less than I paid for the mini skid. So I'm like, man, dude, because this one, I could probably just turn it around, maybe a local market. Oh, gosh, my hydraulic oil looks a little bit low there. Okay, that's our temp. I think I need to top off the hydraulic oil, so let me do that. Now that I'm looking at that, I was like, God, it sounds like it's whining quite a bit. It was actually full, but now it seems like our temp is about 20 degrees, which can't be right. So I'm gonna top this off here. We're gonna put some hydraulic oil in here quick, and then yeah. Overall, though, under 10 grand for both the machines, and this one's the big bad way. It's a lot bigger than the other one. It's considerably bigger. This is basically where a mini skid would start as far as a comparable Bobcat. The other ones are like almost like the Bobcat E10, like the electric ones and the super micro ones. So he had this one, and I came prepared. I brought the money just in case. And I'm glad I did, because for what this one is, I think this, I don't know, I'm almost tempted to go back and buy the other one from him, because that's a really good deal too. They sell for $3 grand. He had it for slightly just under $4 grand, to where a guy could just have it and just make it a rental, or, you know, turn it around and maybe give somebody else a good deal but still make some money. So that's where we're at with it. It's super rainy today, or not today, but yesterday it was raining quite a bit, and then we had some mist, so everything is wet, and I don't want to be digging up mud right now. I'm not looking to excavate mud, so I will play with that once everything dries up. I did just do a little test run here And I gotta say, hey, my first time running an excavator, I am ready to run this thing and move some dirt. So there's a couple things. Main thing is we need to go through this one here. And what I'm going to do is more than likely is dig down here, but I probably will run that by an engineer. I'm going to run that by an engineer and see what they say. But basically what I'm thinking here is we're going to dig this down. And then once we dig that down, we'll probably dig down about 2 or 3 feet down, put probably a foot of gravel, and put a retaining wall with some geotextile fabric or something like that. We're going to do a proper retaining wall, and that way I can go ahead and come in here and shave this out. The other option would be to just build up, put road base, build up this whole section. So those are the two options. It'd probably be cheaper to just build this whole section up with road base and then build a ramp, grade it down to the back. So yeah, other than that, that is pretty much it. So this design I have not seen before, so I am not 100% sure. I got to do some research because I've never seen this floating slab style of base around a garage like this. When I bought this house, that's what they did, and I think that's probably just cheaper than, obviously it's a lot cheaper than doing concrete solid. So, but at the same time, it kind of gives you options because this could all be dug out, and the garage could essentially just be lifted and moved. All right, well, put you guys on a time lapse. I'm going to take the cage off, roll this in the garage quick.